Hey everybody, welcome. Come on in. I'm not gonna hold you long for this video. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Um, as you guys already know, I'm always trying to move forward, progress to get out the information that human trafficking is very real, is sadly something that we're experiencing more across the country, and we don't know sometimes how to identify it, because people can come from a different state, be trafficked into another state, and then used primarily for S work, right? It's a form of making money. Um, is a form of labor that is really unfortunate for the victims to be used to their for their body to be used in this manner, and they're not getting any benefit. They're trafficked to a different state most of the time, away from their family, and then they're used as a form means to make money. They're not receiving the money. They're treated terribly, sometimes abused, um, and beaten. So let's talk about it. About a week ago, I had read an article about human trafficking in Michigan. And I want to go over that, and I want to highlight that. And it's all across the country, not just full adults, but children also. So this particular case involves adult women. Okay, so let's go and discuss it. The article is coming from the website wxyz.com. The article is dated November 21st, 2023, and it's written by Sarah Michaels, and it's titled Details Emerge from Inside Human Trafficking Operation Detroit. And it reads as follows: there was violence in there if they didn't do what they were supposed to do. That's how Lieutenant Mike Shaw with Michigan State Police describes the conditions seven women were living under at a home on Hartwell Street in Detroit. The Second District Trafficking Abduction Group, abbreviated TAG, raided it Monday night. Shaw said the victims inside, they weren't allowed to have phones. So if you have a phone, right, you can call 911. You could possibly call your family. You can call for help. So they weren't allowed to have a phone. They weren't allowed to have ID. So you take a person's identity away from them. They couldn't leave the house on their own. So now they're being controlled and monitored. And when they leave, someone has to go with them. They had certain quotas they had to reach as far as money from each day, or else they were beaten. So on a daily basis, they had a set amount of money that they had to earn. And this is typically, as I said in the beginning of the video, through S work. According to Shaw, the women were victims of human trafficking, and they weren't all. Police found Monday night. So the police found more. In total, police raided three houses on the street. In one of them, they discovered a 105 millimeter projectile that they saw was secured for destruction. 18 people were arrested Monday and questioned through the night. On Tuesday, four male suspects remain in custody. It's really important to know that a lot of these victims are runaways, said Shaw. We see a lot of girls and boys that run away from home end up feeling sad or looking for attention. These pimps give them that attention at first, but we all know that the initial attention is only going to last a short while. The real plan will come forward that they're going to use them for S work, a way to make money. They're just reeling them in the beginning by showing attention, showing concern, showing that they care. But in reality, this is all untrue. They're going to try to traffic them and possibly take them into a new state where they're not known. And if they're taking their ID away, their phone, they have no identity. Um, it's very unfortunate. Shaw said it's common for predators to purposely get victims addicted to opiates if they aren't already. So that keeps them from leaving because the addiction is going to keep them there. And that may be a form of getting them to do what they desire by drugging them, keeping them high on drugs, and also lowering their defenses and them being able to handle all of this S work, this quota, this daily quota, because they were not going to be in their emotions. Okay. One victim shared with police she responded to three different names while living in the home. And when she didn't answer to one, she was beaten. In this case, police learned about the human trafficking operation during questioning at a car theft complaint the prior week. However, Shaw said they almost always learn of these crimes through tips. So the tips may be someone that actually lives in the neighborhood. They're seeing odd activity, abnormal activity, maybe seeing the women leave in a group and return in a group where they're not coming outside. You have all these people living in the home, but they don't sit on the porch. They don't come outside. They don't interact with neighbors. And you may see a lot of comings and goings, a lot of activity, but it's not normal for someone that lives in a family home, in a residential home. So you may get a tip, and then it triggers the police to investigate. They're saying this came from a car theft complaint. So someone's car must have been allegedly stolen, and then from maybe investigating the car theft complaint, they knock on the store and they end up raiding this group, this task force called TAG, three houses, okay, and finding seven victims. If you see something, please say something. You may be the person that saves those types of victims and may be the one that helped these ladies even before we became aware of it. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office is reviewing this case for charges, okay? And we need to make sure that we have laws on the books throughout the United States that address harsh penalties for human trafficking, this S work, this game of money through these illegal means, okay? So I have a second article I want to go over. It's by CBSNews.com. It's dated November 22nd, 2023. The writer is Dejanay Booth Singleton, and the title is Two Men Charged in Human Trafficking Investigation in Detroit. Let me back up for just a second. I wanted you to hear the news report of what happened, because that could be a little different from me reading it. Okay, so here there was a news report, okay, from the WXYZ.com website. Okay. Just waiting for the ad to finish. Then you'll be able to hear the news report.
Tell us that they learned of the operation during questioning at a stolen car complaint last Wednesday.
7 Action News reporter Sarah Michael, who spoke with police about the disturbing rules the human trafficking victims were living under.
The house where these crimes allegedly happened is on this block. Neighbors tell me that they saw people coming and going constantly. They feared that it was a drug house, but the reality is even worse.
There was violence there.
Those are the conditions Michigan State Police say 7 women were living under at a home that police raided Monday night in Detroit.
They weren't allowed to have phones. They weren't allowed to have their ID. They couldn't leave the house on their own. They had certain quotas they had to make as far as money from each day, or else they were beaten.
According to Lieutenant Shaw, the women were victims of human trafficking, and they weren't all police found Monday night. In total, police raided 3 houses on the street. In one of them, they discovered a 105 millimeter projectile that they say was secured for destruction. 18 people were arrested and questioned throughout the night. On Tuesday, 4 male suspects remain in custody.
It's really important to know that a lot of these victims are runaways. We see a lot of girls and boys that, run away from home, end up, they're feeling sad for whatever reason or looking for attention. These pimps give them that attention at first.
Shaw tells me it's common for predators to purposely get victims addicted to opioids if they aren't already. The victims in this case were addicted, which was being used against them. One victim shared with police that she was forced to respond to 3 different names while living in the home, and when she didn't, she was beat.
In this neighborhood, we've been very concerned about the house. We've heard rumors that drugs were being sold there.
Neighbors who live on the street tell me that while they were worried about the house, they would never have guessed. Had they would have called police. Shaw says concerned people calling with a tip is what saves most victims of human trafficking. And unfortunately, there are always other cases out there.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. Again, it's not going to be what you think. If you are thinking about running away from home, know that home is a safe space. It is where people love and care about you. They're concerned about you, and maybe everything is not perfect, right? Nothing in life will really be perfect. However, if you go out into the streets, into places, in areas where you do not know, you cannot just openly trust people. You can trust and rely more on family, parents, siblings, people that you know, aunts, uncles, cousins, people that care about you genuinely, not someone that is meeting you on the street and offering you assistance. They may have something really bad planned for you, and you may be taken away. You may not return to your family, to your home state, or even at all. Unfortunately, they may try to get you addicted to drugs so that you don't leave. You're unable to leave. You're unable to make decisions. Your identity is taken from you. You don't have a way to connect with family. You don't have a phone. They're going to strip you of all those things so you can't leave. And for this particular case, people in the community, as I thought, right, they noticed that things were not right there. They thought it was a drug house. maybe where drugs were being sold, because you're going to see more activity, more comes and goes, people coming, people pulling up, people leaving. But in reality, it was not that. Even though drugs were being used at the home, that was really to addict the women so that they would comply. That's what the drugs were there for, to get the women to comply, to meet that quota, and to not fight back, not try to leave, not give them a hard time, not scream, right? They're in a populated area with houses in a residential area. So that's what's sad. This could ruin your life, your self-esteem, and your future. So if you're having issues, try to seek help with people that are concerned about you, maybe a coach, a pastor, a family brother, a friend of the family, someone that knows you before you get to a point where you want to run away. We do not want that. We do not want you unalive later, and we don't want you trafficked. Okay? So now let me go to the second article. Again, it's by CBS News. It's titled Two Men Charged in Human Trafficking Investigation in Detroit. It's written by Dejanay Booth Singleton, November 22nd, 2023. Okay? Two men are charged in connection with the human trafficking investigation, according to the Michigan State Police. Rodney Darrell Wheeler was charged with 2 counts of accepting earnings, 1 count of delivery, manufacture narcotics, 1 count of human trafficking enterprise, 2 counts of human traffic forced labor, 1 count of keeping a house of and 1 count of controlled substance, second offense. Bobby Donnell Clark is charged with 1 count of controlled substance delivery and 1 count of human trafficking forced labor. Both men were arraigned in the 36th District Court. Wheeler was given a $1 million bond, while Clark received a $200,000 bond. So Mr. Wheeler is the main focus of this investigation. He's getting a higher bond than Mr. Clark. I wonder if they had people that it was their job to watch the women, take them out, bring them back. This is an operation. I believe that more than 2 people were involved. For 7 women to not try to escape, I know being addicted to opiates, you may not want to leave because you're looking for your next, um, you know, use of drugs. Okay. Police detained 18 people on November 20th after raiding 3 homes in Detroit. Investigators believe 7 women inside the homes were the victims of trafficking. As of Tuesday, 4 men were still behind bars awaiting charges, and the others were released pending a further investigation. So, out of the 18, 4 men were still behind bars, awaiting charges. Others were released pending some more investigation. Okay, so and we know the 2 that were arrested, Mr. Wheeler and Mr. Clark. So again, I just want to highlight human trafficking is going on all across the country. Unfortunately, this is becoming more and more common for younger people, younger women to be trafficked. And then they're used in the business of for money, okay? So please keep this in mind when you have any children, or if you're working with children, or if you just know of children, remind them, encourage them, talk to them, try to. Children have all kind of problems. They can keep you busy with all the things they go on, all of their emotions that they feel, right? We need to be listening to them, supporting them, and finding resources for them, okay? Let me see if I can get a quick resource that I can give out if they're having any issues, okay? Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can get a number that they can call for help. Okay, so if you want to speak with someone today, they have a national human trafficking hotline. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you need to volunteer, right, they may need you. They may need your help in talking to younger people, the youth, anyone that's possibly been as trafficked or human trafficked. They can call 888-373-7888. Let me put this in my banner, okay? I'm gonna run a little banner. Okay, let's see. I don't know if it's gonna let me do it now. Okay, so I'm gonna see if they're gonna add my banner. Okay, so if you need to speak to someone, they are going to be available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do not hesitate to reach out to get the support you need. They may have resources and services for you. You can dial 888-373-7888. This is available to you from the National Human Trafficking Hotline. If you do not want to talk on the phone, you can send a text message. The text number is 233733, and someone will be there to reach out to you and to respond 24 hours a day. Please seek resources, seek help, seek support, whatever you need, okay, before you run away. We do not want you to run away. If you need some shelter, there are services out there that can help you. If you need somewhere to live that is not going to be where you live, please reach out. Seek some services before you go and you run away and you're on the street, because you are now a vulnerable human being. And when you're vulnerable, the vultures are coming. They're coming with all kind of plans that are not going to be good for you. So we do not want you to run away. We want you to be with someone, people, family, loved ones, a friend, a relative, where you can be safe and get the support and the resources that you need. And please do not run away. Do not make yourself vulnerable to possibly be a victim of this S or human trafficking, okay? Now, friends, as always, I always want you to be smart, be safe, stay safe, my friends, be savvy, always be on the lookout, okay? For someone that does not have good intentions for you. Thank you for checking out this video. Please please share this video, okay? Please, we want to make sure that we can eliminate this threat by not having any runaways. I know we cannot say 100%, but we can reduce this high number of human and ass trafficking with sharing resources, okay, to help each other. Okay, again, thank you for checking out this video. I hope to see you soon in a future video. Be well, my friends. Take care of yourself. I love you all very much. Okay, I will see you soon. Be well, all my friends. Bye, everybody. Bye. Take care.